As the title implies, it probably won't be so long until Relax is done. It's a pretty small project. The thing is that I only have so much energy, and I have a huge workload lately, so I can't promise it'll actually be done anytime soon. The point is, however, that I won't be making like a million devlogs for this game because there isn't that much to talk about it. Before I get into what I did do in the past couple of weeks, I can tell you about what I have left. Basically, I have to get some sound effects from this lovely sound designer girl Zora, and then I have to rejiggle the seed unlock bit, maybe add some extra conditionals for unlocking each seed, draw one more plant sprite and all of the mushroom sprites, and then that's more or less it. Quite honestly, it's kind of comforting to have such a well-defined ending point. I mean, I know that this game won't really be able to stretch on for another month or two before it's done, and I know that it's probably not at risk of me making any sudden drastic design decisions that require a month of rewriting code and shifting everything around. Regardless of whether this game is actually good, I'm going to follow my original plan until it's done, because as time goes on, I realise that this isn't the most exciting thing to work on. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's fun because art is fun and stuff like that, but it's mostly UI programming. And UI programming is not so fun, as I'm sure many game developers can attest to. In moderate amounts, UI programming is perfectly fine programming. However, it's been weeks since I've done any programming on this game that isn't UI programming, and most of what I've got left is, that's right, UI programming. So yeah, what have I actually done since Devlog number 1 besides complain about user interfaces? Well, I've added all but one of the plant sprites. It wasn't as hard as I thought, quite honestly. I think I'll have to redraw at least one of them. I mean, that rose bush looks absolutely awful. But after that, it's really on to drawing the mushrooms. I basically just need to get this game finished before it starts taking a real toll on my productivity and will to live, as game projects which overstay their welcome tend to do. Now, I've also finally closed the main gameplay loop, technically. For those of you who don't know, this means that I've recently finished the relaxation screen. You can select an appropriate amount of time, however long you're willing to sit there with your eyes closed. It'll count down on a lovely timer, and then at the end it'll show you the seed that gets unlocked. Pretty cool, but the point is that the game has more or less become its minimum viable product. In case you don't know, this means that it is the very earliest version of the game that can be considered an actual playable object, and I could theoretically give this to somebody and say, hey, here's a video game. Play it. I mean, it's not a very good video game, but it should only get better from here. Plus, this means I don't have to do any deep system programming because I've already done it. On the other hand, this means I don't get to do any deep system programming, so god damn it, refer to my earlier bit about user interface programming. Yeah, sorry that this has been a bit rambly actually. I'm not really sure what to talk about here. I'm still not 100% sure what my target audience is, so I tried to give a mix of actual consumer-facing news on the game in the way that the average gamer could understand, some technical information to entertain the programmers, and a tiny ultra-basic lesson in the definition of minimum viable product for the people interested in learning about game design. Hopefully I haven't left anybody out, but I inevitably have. If there's anything you'd like to see me do a video about, please let me know. I'm probably not super likely to do any more pure tutorial videos, but you never know. I might get motivated in the future, or if Godot does a big update that needs explaining, I'll definitely do a video on that because I really like Godot. Also, if you want to support my work, you can do that on Patreon, or hell, even just raising my engagement statistics by commenting, subscribing, liking, whatever, blah, blah, blah. That all helps my channel grow, and it makes me happy, it makes me do a smile. Every time I get the notification that I get a subscriber, I still haven't turned those off. I get email notifications. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more weird, rambly videos that I wrote while pretty wired on caffeine. Goodbye.